the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and today we got an exciting new video for you guys here. I'm very excited to share some new info on what you guys might want to do if a little bit of money came your way that you wanted to put in crypto. Specifically, today's video is if you had $10,000 and you had to put it in crypto, what coins would you put it in, and how much money would you put into those tokens? We're going to dive into that through this video. I'm very excited to share with you guys what we would do with those funds. If you're very interested in this and all the other content we got, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's get into the content, guys. So I want to show you guys exactly what we do here with $10,000. So right out of the gates, number one, don't jump and say boring, but we're going to start with the king. It is Bitcoin. Now, stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to share the more risk-averse plays and the higher game potential plays towards the end. But you have to start with Bitcoin. A lot of people get spooked by the price, and I understand that. $40,000 for one token? Oh, I can't afford it. I understand that. But it's not all about the price of the token. It's about the future potential for the project. And given that Bitcoin has a 41.6 market dominance, as you can see right here, it ain't going anywhere, guys. It's the king of crypto. If it does go anywhere, that is years down the road. And honestly, if Bitcoin went tanking one day, you're probably going to see the rest of the cryptos tank. I'll tell you now, if Bitcoin crashed by 20% tomorrow, it would be probably the least bloody coin of them all. And for that very reason, I want you guys to put, if you had $10,000 and you had to buy some crypto, you got to snag a little bit of Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin? I'm going to say with $10,000 you need to allocate into crypto, you're going to go ahead and you're going to want to pop $2,500 of that $10,000 into Bitcoin right out of the gates. And this, by the way, is if you had to buy today. Because let's frame the markets for a second. Bitcoin was at $69,000. It crashed down to $40,000. It's not quite a 50% drop, but it's about a 40-ish% drop from the high. It's a big discount. Now, could we go down from here? We most certainly could. That's not out of the question. I'm bullish for the long term. This is a long-term investing strategy, and this is a strategy if you had to invest today. So, given that, it's a decent time to buy. You're always better off DCAing. But if you had $10,000, you're going to want to put $2,500 of it into Bitcoin. Coin number two, Ethereum. You got to have some Ethereum, guys. I know you also think, well, it is number two here in crypto. $3,000 a coin. Oh, well, I can't even buy a coin. Or, oh, I can barely buy a couple coins. Again, Ethereum is, if Bitcoin's the king of crypto, Ethereum's the queen. Now, they're not of the same royal family because Bitcoin is more of a hard asset, I guess you could say. It's an asset. It's more like gold. It's like digital gold, where Ethereum is more of a technology. They're both technologies, but you can build smart. You can build applications on the smart chain that is Ethereum, guys. And with that, it is the largest by far in terms of its network. When you're talking about the total value locked up in Ethereum, it is by far and away the largest DeFi traction in all of crypto. Some of the biggest DeFi projects are on Ethereum, hands down, and it ain't going anywhere. It has a market dominance of 19.5%, and if you don't have some Ethereum, and you're trying to allocate $10,000 today, then you better pick up some Ethereum. Now, how much out of that $10,000? I'm going to say $3,000 of your 10 grand, you're going to want to pop into Ethereum. Again, this is if you have to buy today. So far we got $2,500 in Bitcoin, and we got $3,000 in Ethereum. That leaves us with $4,500 left to go. So what else are we going to put some money in? What other coins do we like here at the Crypto Report? Number three, Solana. Solana is one of the largest smart contract plays outside of Ethereum. it has its own attraction. Now, out of all the other smart contract plays besides Ethereum, it is the second most attractive to the institutional investors. Now, you might argue that Cardano could be that, but when you look at the coins and you look at the top coins, Solana's number 6. It is bigger than Cardano. And when you look at the total value locked up in the ecosystem, Solana's right there alongside it. Now, you might criticize me that I passed up BNB, but guys, BNB, though it has its own smart contract play, it's not really a big US option. You can't go into the Binance exchange in the US. You can go into the Binance US exchange, but it's much different and it's very limited compared to what the Binance exchange the rest of the world can access. So, number 3 coin, I'm picking Solana because it is a great Ethereum competitor and a lot of venture capital is tied up into Solana. And I think it's still got a lot of upward potential. And when you look at it versus Ethereum, $32 billion versus Ethereum's $354 billion. A 10x still makes it smaller than Ethereum. And if it's half as good, then it's got a lot of upward potential. So how much money are you going to put into a play like Solana? Well, you're going to put about half as much as you'd put into Ethereum. I'm going to say out of the $10,000, we'd like to put $1.5K in, $1,500 into Solana. A little riskier than Ethereum, but also a true crypto staple as it is a top 10 coin and one of the biggest smart contract plays outside of Ethereum. So, you got a little bit of money left here to allocate. Number 4, we're going to go ahead and we're going to scroll on down here and we're going to go ahead and pick Dogecoin. That is right. We're going to put, now I'm putting it here because I'm just going from the top coins down the list. Careful with Dogecoin, guys. The only reason I'm putting it in here is because you can't simply ignore Dogecoin. If I were to put my funds into Dogecoin, it would be a percentage of my portfolio. It is historically a very volatile coin. The day that Elon Musk bought Twitter, it pumped 25%, almost 30% that day, and it came right back down, guys. So why am I putting it in this list? Because it is simply too big for you to ignore. But how much do I want you to put into it? A relatively conservative amount. I'm asking you guys to put 5% of your $10,000 into Dogecoin. $500 is all I would put out of this $10,000 into Dogecoin. Why? Elon Musk, guys. That's pretty much it. It was in a top 10 slot for a long time. It's one of the biggest projects on Robinhood, and it's just simply too big to ignore. Dogecoin to $1? Maybe. Can't miss out. Moving on. I'm going to move right on down here to our number 5 coin. The next project I will recommend, if you had to invest $10,000 in a cryptocurrency today, is Cronos. C-R-O. Crypto.com. Now, guys, I've said it before, and we've got many videos on it. I am most certainly biased on Crypto.com. But just because I have big bags of Crypto.com and I'm biased on it, doesn't mean that it is not a fantastic project. The reason I'm picking Crypto.com is because we're allocating these assets in a very particular way. We started with Bitcoin, which is kind of like a digital gold. Then we dove into the top smart contract play, Ethereum. Then we wanted to get into an Ethereum competitor, one of the best ones, Solana. I wanted you also to get a little bit of meme coin action. So we'll get you in some Dogecoin, like I said. Crypto.com, I'm picking that one because, guys, you got to get into the exchange tokens. If you're not invested in an exchange token, then, in my opinion, and our opinion here at the Crypto Report, you're probably not properly allocating your funds. You got to get some diversity. Now, you don't want to over-diversify, but you want to make sure you're getting some exposure to the different parts of the market. And not only is Cronos and Crypto.com a exchange coin, but it's also a smart contract play. The Kronos chain, guys, is huge. And it's one of the top 10 DeFi chains. There is so much money. It's one of the top 10 in total value locked up when it comes to DeFi right now, which is fantastic. So it's not going anywhere. And then you can dive into all the partnerships. Check out my other Crypto.com video. I'll dive all into that in another one. It's going to be around for the long term, guys. It's one of the biggest exchanges in the US. Now, you might be thinking, well, why wouldn't you pick FTX? Well, I'm not going to pick FTX for two reasons. One, you never really hear about a smart contract play when it comes to FTX. Kronos is huge when it comes to smart contracts and total value locked up in the DeFi space. That's number one. Number two, the partnerships for Crypto.com are much bigger. Now, FTX is a little bit tied into, they donated to presidential campaigns, so they've got some friends in high places, if you might say. So that's a good bull case for FTX. But I'm going to go ahead and say there's a lot more projects and there's a lot more going on with Kronos and Crypto.com over FTX, which is more of just an exchange. Now, FTX might have a little more upside potentially because it's a lower coin right now, and it should perhaps be valued higher. But arguably, so should Kronos. And honestly, I compare Kronos to Binance. Binance is an exchange. They have Binance Smart Chain. Crypto.com is an exchange. They have Crypto.org chain, and they have the Kronos chain. And I do believe that since you can't access Binance properly if you're a U.S. citizen, Crypto.com and Kronos is your next best bet. And I think that it's got a lot more upward potential. So if you're going to invest in this, I'm going to suggest you put $1.5K in it, $1,500 into Crypto.com coin. All right. That leaves us with $1,000 left to go, and I bet you all are wondering where we're going to put it. Well, we want to make sure you're getting exposure to all the different types of crypto. We got Bitcoin king of crypto, Ethereum, biggest smart contract play, Solana, the biggest competitor to Ethereum. We got Dogecoin, a little bit of meme coin action, Elon Musk, whoop, whoop. And you got Crypto.com, which is an exchange token and a smart contract play, and huge institutional partners, Staples Center and the like of it. The last project I'm going to suggest you guys get some exposure is you got to get some metaverse action going, guys. I'm going to scroll on down here and I'm going to jump right on down to Sandbox, guys. If you don't have any Sandbox or you don't have Decentraland, then I think you're making a mistake. Now, we're only going to allocate $1,000 of the $10,000 into Sandbox because we want to make sure we're not over-investing, but we want to make sure we get some exposure. Now, I feel much more comfortable putting funds into Sandbox than I do Dogecoin because why is Dogecoin valuable? Well, because people say it is, and Elon Musk says it is, and you've got even some of the sharks from the Shark Tank talking about it a little bit. But it's a meme coin. They've got Doge Swap, I think. They've got a DeFi swap platform, but they kind of came up with that after the fact. Sandbox is a legitimate project. You can actually go in and you can play in the Sandbox. Snoop Dogg's got land in the Sandbox. Atari's got land in the Sandbox. Adidas has land in the Sandbox. There are so many institutions that are getting involved with Sandbox, and when it comes to graphics, it is way better than Decentraland. Decentraland, I went in there, it's a little bit glitchy, and it's not as attractive as Sandbox. Sandbox is a lot cooler, and I think it could pass Decentraland, potentially, but I'm going to want you guys to get some exposure to that. If you had $10,000 and you needed to invest it to crypto, those are the coins that I recommend. $2,500 into Bitcoin, $3,000 into Ethereum, $1,500 into Solana. I'm going to say $1,500 into Crypto.com, $1,000 into Sandbox, and $500 into Dogecoin. Let me know what you guys think in the chat box down below. That's all I got for you guys here in this episode of the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up a like button, subscribe to the channel, leave some chats in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think. Did we mess up? Is there another project that we failed to mention today? Holler at me, y'all. I want to know exactly what you're thinking. This is a two-way dialogue. I'm not talking at you. I'm talking with you, all right? I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, guys, you got a DCA hodl, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody.